It all started with a bag of red Skittles. I wondered if I could survive a day eating only red foods. A fun, quirky challenge to break the monotony. Surely, a day of only red food would be cheerful, right? Famous last words. I once tried making a cake out of gummy bears. It was a sticky disaster. This red food challenge felt similar. Friends warned me of digestive doom, but I was determined. I pictured myself as a culinary superhero. It was going to be epic, or epically stupid. Spoiler alert, it was that bad. Stay tuned for more. My initial plan was simple. I'd scour the supermarket for every red food imaginable. Strawberries, tomatoes, red peppers, red onions, cherries, beets, red grapes. The list went on. I envisioned a vibrant, Instagram-worthy day of delicious red meals. Red smoothies, red salads, red pasta sauces. I even considered making a red velvet cake. Because what's a food challenge without cake? I pictured myself documenting the entire experience on social media. I'd post pictures of my perfectly arranged red meals, my glowing red complexion, surely all those antioxidants would do wonders for my skin, and my triumphant victory at the end of the 24 hours. I'd become an internet sensation, the queen of red cuisine. People would marvel at my dedication and willpower. The reality, as you'll soon discover, was far less glamorous. My meticulously crafted plan crumbled faster than a day-old red velvet cupcake. My Instagram dreams faded into a blurry haze of red food frustration. But at this point, I was still blissfully unaware of the impending disaster. I was still basking in the glow of my ambitious, albeit slightly insane, plan. I spent hours researching red foods, making lists and planning my meals. I even downloaded a color chart to make sure I didn't accidentally consume anything with even a hint of orange or purple. I was committed. I was prepared. I was ready to conquer the world of red food. Little did I know the world of red food was about to conquer me. The supermarket became my battleground. I charged through the aisles, my eyes laser-focused on anything red. I grabbed armfuls of tomatoes, peppers, and strawberries. I hunted down obscure red fruits I'd never even heard of before. I filled my cart with red candies, red sauces, and even a bottle of red wine, for purely celebratory purposes, of course. The other shoppers must have thought I was crazy. I darted back and forth, grabbing anything red that caught my eye. I probably looked like a crazed bull in a china shop, except instead of breaking china, I was accumulating a mountain of red produce. I'm pretty sure I caused a minor tomato shortage in my neighborhood that day. At the checkout, the cashier gave me a strange look. "Having a party?" she asked, gesturing towards my overflowing cart of red. "Something like that," I mumbled, feeling my cheeks flush red. I didn't want to explain my bizarre food challenge. I was afraid she'd call security and have me escorted from the premises. I paid for my mountain of red groceries and waddled back to my car, feeling a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The challenge was about to begin. I was officially entering the red zone. I just hoped I'd make it out alive, or at least without a severe case of indigestion. My first meal was a red pepper and tomato omelette. It looked interesting. It didn't exactly scream culinary masterpiece. The taste? An experience. Lunch was a salad of red leaf lettuce, radicchio, tomatoes, and red onion, drizzled with raspberry vinaigrette. It looked almost appetizing, but the vinaigrette tasted like cough syrup. Dinner was a red pasta dish with marinara sauce. I ended up with cold beets and red grapes. Dessert was a bowl of red Skittles, the only thing that tasted good. This red food challenge was harder than I'd anticipated. One of the biggest challenges was the sheer monotony of eating only red foods. Everything started to taste the same. Sweet, sour, bitter. It all blended together into one big red blur. My taste buds staged a revolt. They yearned for something, anything that wasn't red. A green bean, a slice of orange, a piece of brown bread. Anything to break the endless cycle of red. Another unexpected problem was the social awkwardness. Trying to explain to friends and family why I was refusing to eat anything but red food was challenging. They looked at me like I'd sprouted a second head. "Are you okay?" they'd ask, their voices laced with concern. "It's for a blog post," I'd mumble, feeling my cheeks flush red, again. Then there was the issue of finding red condiments. Ketchup was easy enough, but what about mustard, mayonnaise, relish? They all came in shades of yellow, white, and green, forbidden colors in my new red-centric world. I ended up eating everything plain, which further compounded the taste bud rebellion. And let's not forget the bathroom breaks. Let's just say they were colorful, enough said. Section 6. Taste bud rebellion and nutritional confusion. My taste buds were not happy. They were bored, confused, and frankly a little disgusted. They'd gone on strike, refusing to cooperate with my ridiculous red food challenge. Everything tasted bland and unappealing. Even the red Skittles had lost their appeal. They tasted like sugary sadness. The lack of nutritional variety was also starting to take its toll. I felt sluggish, irritable, and slightly lightheaded. My body craved protein, greens, and other essential nutrients that were conspicuously absent from my all-red diet. I was surviving on sugar, carbs, and the occasional bit of vitamin C from the tomatoes and strawberries. It wasn't sustainable. I started to question the wisdom of this whole endeavor. Was it really worth it? For a blog post? For a few laughs? My stomach grumbled in protest. My taste buds screamed in agony. My body pleaded for mercy. I was starting to think they had a point. I knew I couldn't keep this up for much longer. My body was rebelling. My mind was rebelling. Even my clothes were starting to rebel, stained with the remnants of my red food exploits. It was time to admit defeat. The red food challenge had officially failed. Section 7. Red food fatigue and the surrender of the stomach. The final straw came when I tried to make a red velvet cake. It was supposed to be the grand finale of my red food adventure, a celebratory masterpiece to commemorate my short-lived victory, but it turned out to be a disaster. The cake batter was lumpy, the frosting was runny, and the whole thing tasted faintly of beets. I stared at the sad, red mess on my kitchen counter and burst into tears. It wasn't just the cake. It was the culmination of 24 hours of red food torture. The monotony, the taste bud rebellion, the social awkwardness, the colorful bathroom breaks. It all came crashing down in a flood of red-tinged tears. I threw the cake in the garbage, grabbed a bag of spinach from the fridge, and devoured it like a starving rabbit. The green leaves tasted like heaven. My taste buds sang with joy. My stomach finally felt at peace. I had surrendered to the overwhelming power of green vegetables. The red food challenge was officially over. I spent the rest of the evening eating anything and everything that wasn't red. Green salads, brown rice, orange carrots, purple grapes. I embraced the rainbow of colors with newfound appreciation. I had learned my lesson. Red food in moderation is fine, but a whole day of nothing but red? Never again. Section 8. Lessons learned from the land of red. So what did I learn from my 24-hour red food escapade? Several things, actually. First, variety is the spice of life. Literally. Eating a diverse range of foods is essential for both physical and mental well-being. Second, don't underestimate the power of your taste buds. They are your friends, not your enemies. Listen to them. They know what they're talking about. Third, social acceptance is important. Trying to explain a bizarre food challenge to your friends and family can be awkward. And fourth, red food stains. Be prepared. Lots of napkins, stain remover, maybe even a hazmat suit. Most importantly, I learned that sometimes the most ridiculous ideas are the most fun, even if they end in disaster. The red food challenge was a failure, yes, but it was also a hilarious, memorable experience. And sometimes, that's all that matters. Section 9. Join the adventure, subscribe for more mayhem. So there you have it. The epic tale of my 24-hour red food fail. It was a messy, chaotic, and ultimately hilarious journey. And I'm glad I did it, even if my taste buds are still recovering. If you enjoyed this story of culinary madness, be sure to subscribe for more. I'm always up for a new challenge, a new adventure, and a new opportunity to make a complete fool of myself in the name of entertainment. Stay tuned for the next installment of my ongoing quest to find the most ridiculous things to do with food. Who knows what crazy idea I'll come up with next? Subscribe and find out.